leave absolutely no hesitation in deciding to go for that for the line in the last penalty?
No, none at all, mate. It's just one of those things out there. You know, we wanted to win the game. There wasn't much time left, so I thought we'd have a crack, and luckily it came off. Sometimes it won't, but it did tonight, and just happy to get that result. That we had the penalty before, and I went for goal. Thought we had enough time to get back down there again, but they're those things you sort of think over your head when you're sitting in your room at night and things like that. Those scenarios. So luckily it went our way, and next time we'll just take it on its merits.
How did you rally the team when they were 20-7 down with about 20 minutes to go or something?
I think we just spoke about sticking to our game plan. There was lots of time left. I thought the guys that came off the bench made a real impact for us and really lifted us. And that's what we spoke about all week. Check told us the last 15 minutes is going to be key. And the guys that came on made a massive difference. So that's going to be absolutely critical going forward.
Stephen, you're looking for an identity for the team. What sort of identity do you think the Australian people have seen after a performance like that, sort of snatching at the end after, I guess there were some blemishes through the game, but
Yeah, I think the character was there tonight, the effort, the belief in each other to be able to go for it at the end there, just to stick to our game plan, just keep the ball, and eventually Tavita got over the line. So that belief, I suppose, and that effort there at the end was something I was proud of. It was a good feeling to be out there when that was happening. So. But look, I thought the Boks were terrific. Their defence was superb tonight. There wasn't a lot of opportunities out there. So they can be proud of the way they played as well.
Michael, did you feel the bench did make the difference?
I thought they played well. I thought they added. First one was Nick Phipps when he came. And then they started coming pretty quickly after that. Got to remember, a lot of the guys hadn't played rugby in a fair bit of time. There was always going to be a situation where the reserves got in early, and I thought that the front rowers made a big difference when they came on. James Horwell, Drew Mitchell, Matt Tamua. So everybody added, and that's their job. That's their role. I wouldn't call it a job. That's what they're there to do. They're not there just to come on when someone's injured. They're there to come in and finish the game in a certain manner. And they like Stephen alluded to, we were nowhere near perfect, but they created something out of what we did have and turned it into something a little bit better with a few scores.
Does that show you got the selection right, or does it show you that maybe those guys that came on in the second half deserve to start next time?
No, I think it's always the combination of the two. You know what I mean? The game's over 80 minutes, right? So what happens in the first 60 might dictate what happens in the last 20. So it's not anyone did this and he should be in, or that one started. The circumstances are always different. The situation with replacements is about that. It's about what you do in the first 60 or 50 or however long you decide that might be, and how the effect that has on the players that then come on and do that finishing job.
Mike, how important is simply the art of winning the game? I mean, there's imperfections in the game, but how valuable is getting over the line?
Yeah, look, we knew that with the new shape and setup that we've got and the things that Stephen's added and coming, we knew it'd be a bit how could I say, just didn't flow as much as we wanted it to. We had people missing on the odd occasion where they should have been, etc., and we knew that would happen. So for me, it's all about rugby's all about attitude, and the way that Stephen and the team reacted to the decisions they made towards the end of the game, and then kept coming back. So you think you're going to get that goal, and then you don't get it, and then you get an opportunity and you score a try, and keep playing till after the 80th, and like it comes down to a blade of grass really, and they're the margins, and it's always going to nearly every game is more than likely going to be tight like that. So you've got to learn how to do it. We were able to do it tonight, and we're really happy for that because there was a nice turnout of fans. Everyone was into it. Everyone was happy at the end with the last little bit to go home with on the back of a win, and that's what we want. We want our fans to enjoy the games.
Michael, a lot of turnovers at the breakdown. Is that something you need to address?
It's just some of our shape. Our players lost we were one short at many times at the ruck, and that hurt us on several occasions where we had really good go forward as well. But in saying that too, we've got to we want to take our opportunities. There was 3 really clear opportunities. The break was when we went down wide and Scott Higginbotham went through. Right, we should have kept that ball. Then we had the one on the scrum on the right hand side. Tavita knocked that ball on. He's going over there, and the one where Matt Giddo went through, ball back inside to Falau. That's a try as well. So there's 3 opportunities there, and you can't let 3 of those go in a game. So that's a big area for improvement, just that little bit of finishing when we set those opportunities up. So there's still stacks of room for improvement for us, you know what I mean? But, you know, we're often reminded that we're 6th in the world and South Africa is number 2. So it's still to get away with a win. That is, I was really proud of the lads.
What do you make of Giddo's return to the Australian side?
Well, I think, first of all, he played nearly a full game, which probably wasn't the plan, really, when he hasn't played for quite a while. And I think he fitted in very nicely. You know, he took his responsibility. You can see the experience. Made a couple of little breaks, defended very well, and I was really pleased with it. For his first outing back in Australia, in the Australian team, I was very pleased with his performance. Yeah, I think he may have, the beauty contest might be over for him with his nose. I think it could be a bit bent and there's a bit of blood coming out of there, but that's why he come off at the end. There was a lot of blood coming out of the back of his nose from that, but they were able to dry that up and he was able to get back on. Yeah, he's gone off for a scan now. It doesn't look too bad according to the physios at first, you know, the triage part now, but he'll go off for a scan now. As has Rob Horn with a little bit of just a calf where he come off, and so we can get some assessment on them before we decide who's travelling to Argentina.
You got a lot of value out of David Pocock coming on, and he had the 2 sevens on, and both did terrific things in their different ways. What did it feel like, Stephen, on the field with the way they operated?
Oh, look, they're both world class, aren't they? I think they show that time and time again in Super Rugby. So, you know, David came on and played a great role. We all know his presence around the breakdown is massive, and he was one of those guys who came off the bench and made a big difference for us. So I'm really proud of the way he played, and I thought Michael was terrific as well. You know, some of his tackles were phenomenal, just getting in there and really driving the legs and you know, putting their big runners behind the game line. So, you know, we got 2 quality blokes there.
Stephen, what sort of impact did the Victor Matfield injury have in you making that decision to go for the line later on, knowing that, you know, there really isn't somebody stand threatening on your line after?
Oh, look, I think he went off pretty early in the game, so, you know, I thought their line-out functioned reasonably well when he went off. They've got jumpers that came on and did a good job, so that wasn't really a factor. Didn't really think about it too much.
Stephen, what was your assessment of the scrum? Obviously, they had the ascendancy for the first 50 minutes or so. They made some changes. How do you think that you reacted, adjusted, and felt about how it all went?
Yeah, I think we knew it was going to be a tough battle, that's for sure. They're a quality scrum, so I was happy that we fought our way back into the contest and got some crucial penalties there and some crucial go forward at the back end, which was important. Our scrum is by no means a finished product, but we've worked hard on it the last 2 weeks. We've you know, worked on some things that we want to establish long term in our scrummaging. So we'll continue to do that as time goes on. We've done a hell of a lot of work on it in the last 2 weeks. So you know, I was happy the way it finished, and you know, we knew they were going to be solid early on.
Michael, last time the Wallabies were here, they lost in the last moment. This time they win in the last moment. Does that show perhaps something has changed in the team?
Oh, I don't know about reading the tea leaves just quite yet. You know, I think I like the character that's building within the team and the bond. It takes time. It does take time to get those things, you know, get that soul of the team happening how you want it. But I like the way that they just stuck at it tonight. I knew it probably wasn't going to be where we're in total dominance, but we stayed at it. We got more possession as the game went on, and we kept coming back, and that gives you a little bit more self-belief. You know, that's something this team needs a lot more of. You know, it's been previous years haven't been as fruitful as we would have liked, and so with that you start to lose self-belief. And with these little pieces of work and sticking at it, and you start to regain little bits along the way, and that's our plan.